Hi guys, welcome to another great episode of the Jen and Jagger podcast. Today I'm very excited. We have someone in the studio and we're going to be talking about like a lot. Hi Tutu.
Hi.
Welcome Tutu to the Jen and Jagger podcast.
Thank you.
First, I'm going to tell you what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about navigating single motherhood in Nigeria. I know that this is one of those topics that we don't talk about, and I think it's something that we really should talk about. So today we have a lot to discuss. Let's just get started. Are you ready? All right. Let's do it. All right. Tell us a bit about how you became a single mother.
It's not something I expect. To be honest, like I said earlier, I don't even want. I want to have somebody.
A partner.
I feel when I'm tired in the morning, I say I'm happy. And I don't even happen like I'm glad from it. And I'm
Yeah.
better. So it just happened. It didn't work out. We just decided to have to accept each other.
I must say that I'm really proud of you because honestly speaking, people in that situation, you're pregnant and you're in this relationship that is heading towards a permanent side, if I can say that, and you look at it and you see that this is not working for me, and you remove yourself from it. It's quite hard. I don't think people understand the courage it takes
Not
to leave
easy.
a bad relationship, especially one where there is a child about to be involved.
No, we've already had a child then.
Oh,
Yes, he will be
that even
already
makes it more
together.
complicated.
Yes, because you'll be thinking about
The child.
You
Let me
think
stay
about
for the
can I
child. Oh my god.
But now you have to know that even as a mom, there are times you have to always be yourself because you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Come. Yeah.
You get you can't. You always have to, and that's when you can. I'll try as much as possible not to take that. Even if I cannot, there's no way our relationship can be 100%
Of
because
course.
we are not together anymore. But I try as much as possible to still give him that. He doesn't really mean it like this is acceptable. Because we try to make it work. To make it work. Yeah.
I really
But
like that.
it's not easy. And I know there are lots of ladies out there trying to cry. At some point,
Prayed.
I prayed. I told God, show me a sign. A
I
sign.
imagine.
Let's see if that this will be like this. Let's see if that this will be like this. But at the end of the day, I realized that anytime I ask God for a sign, it's always something in my head. It's what comes to my mind. It's just like when you see throw coin. If this thing is this up there, that means this is what you want.
Yeah.
That's what I told myself. And I thought about it that now that I'm asking God for something, what's in your mind? What do you want God to say that this is what you should do?
Or you want to stay.
God tells you to leave. You get
Are you going to surrender to God's will, or are you going to find a way to try to tweak it to yours?
but now I have to tell myself the truth.
I love that so much. And honestly speaking, I don't think people understand that a bad relationship can turn you into a bad person.
Mhm.
And most times, of course, we want to stay for the kids. But
Yes.
again, is the kid going to like the version of person you become?
They're not
All
even going
because
to grow up in a healthy
They're never going
environment.
to understand. What do you mean that you're staying? There's a guy that came out on social media. He said, that's to show you that this madness is not restricted. We need to sanitize the entire Africa. It's insane. This guy comes out and he was telling people on Twitter. No, he was sharing a story, and he's a writer, right? And there's how a person writes their story that you can feel the depth of pain and soul, like in that particular moment. And this guy was sharing about how his mother and his father had been together for 35 years or more, I think. The dad has always beaten the mom badly beats this woman up, and then the woman keeps staying because of the kids. Now the kids are all grown up and they're like, you can leave this man now, but the woman says, he said it was so bad that one time the mom, they had to come together as children to go rescue the mom. They took the mom out of the dad's house,
That means
got her
they
a
grew up
place.
seeing the dad eat the
I'm
water.
telling you, got her a place, got her a new job, everything. Guess what? The woman still went back.
Very funny.
You
Very
like-
funny.
The
Are
part
you
when he
serious?
wrote that, I could feel his pain. Like this woman went back.
Why did she go back? Did they ask
In
her?
the comments, his friends were like, "Oh yes, I remember this time that we had to go with you to pack her things and everything." But she went back. The boy now said that was the day he washed his hands off the two parents because
Just imagine washing your
one
hands
does
with
not
your
have
parents.
sense and one does not want
Want
to
to have
rescue.
yes.
Now imagine the damage that does to your children.
See,
Watching you be in a bad relationship, and you can help yourself because you are the adult. The kids, you're making your
no,
children
you
feel
don't get
helpless.
stressed. It's that's why I will always speak me living a toxic relationship or marriage. Why? because my kids now are watching. I see sometimes like I'll be standing and next to me, I'll do like this, or maybe I'll put my hand like this, or I'll do something, anything sharp, and I look, maybe my son is standing next to me, and I see that he's trying to do what I'm doing.
They learn from
They are
what you do.
learning. Grow up thinking I know. Yeah, it's going to happen. No.
By that time, it's quite hard
To
for
let
him
go
to
because
unlearn
marriage towards that same
person
person's
behavior.
because this person is growing up like I'd rather see my kids see my man kiss me, peck me,
I'm
hug
telling
me,
you.
spank me, my bum. You get? I rather see them do all this rather than them see me and my husband fighting their father, fighting all the
Telling
time,
you.
quarreling.
There's actually a person I do business with. I always see his WhatsApp status and I'm like, wow. I like how well mannered this person is. His frame of thought, he's a guy, especially with all the things that are happening with Nigerian men in these shores of the country. When I see a man that thinks and looks at women with so much respect and understanding,
Good.
oh my god, where do they make this person? Let me make like 1
They're
million
not perfect,
and
though, but
replace.
in
They're
my-
not perfect, honestly, but like in that part or more. See, there's a level of thought and mannerism someone will have, and honestly, you just realize that their other flaws can be that bad. Whatever else flaws they have
It's
can
not
be.
that
So the way this guy sees women with understanding, the way he advises men, some of the things he put on his status, and he's single, right? He's a young guy, he's single, and I keep wondering, like, where did they raise this guy? Because like he's so learned and so
Sometimes
like.
you know. Another
Guess
thing-
what? 2 weeks ago, he posted on his status. It was his dad's birthday. First of all, his dad is so cute. Let me just say that one. And he was throwing accolades to the dad about all the things that the dad has taught him. Not because the man openly tried to teach him, but because of the way he has lived his life, the way he loved his
There are
wife.
some things that comes out of you without even having to say.
I'm telling you.
Feel the person's like it's just when you're praying on the same every negative essence around you. You get? So it's like whatever comes out of you get. It's sometimes it's not just about what you say. It's not about what you tell the person. It's not how. It's how you behave. What's
How
inside.
you live, your
Yes.
actions, and how
Yes.
and what that leaves
It
behind.
has a way
Because-
of depositing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this guy then goes ahead. The next WhatsApp status I see is a screenshot of their family group chat. The mom is wishing the dad in her. And you can see how well loved that woman is by the wishes. I wish I did a screenshot of it. She was like, happy birthday to the love of my life. Thank you for loving me so wholeheartedly. Thank you for. These people have been married for like 25 years. I mean,
still
30
burning.
years. And
It's still burning.
and I almost wanted to say, you guys get a room. Like that.
And
how-
that's the thing about that's
Amazing.
what I want. I want marriage, a relationship where I know it takes a lot of work,
Mhm.
but it just takes one. And that can only happen when you both understand each other, when you both are living in a positive environment. If
and
you-
intimacy.
yes.
There's this kind of intimacy you have. With your
But now let me blow your
Ah!
mind. Let me blow your mind, Tata. When you give birth, see, it takes the grace of God. I say this all the time. It takes the grace of God for you to have a child with your partner and still be in love with each other because the child comes in and takes a lot of space.
And
takes
even
a
being
lot of
together.
attention. Yes.
Because
So
children.
you guys have to make the conscious effort to say, this is my man. I met this person before you. This is my woman. We need some time alone.
Yep.
And keep them somewhere and live
As
your life.
is, I'm
Because
telling
that
you.
is where the reach comes in. You know, and I believe they were able to conquer it to get to that stage because they have to
Talk about how difficult it is navigating having kids, in relationships and marriage, especially in this country. You're a young wife, you just had a child, and they believe that you should spend months nurturing that child. The closest you come to help is your mom coming for a mugwo or your mother-in-law in some cultures and just coming to help you for the first, I think,
6 months.
yes.
or something.
People, it's not 6 months. So after 3 months,
They
do
go?
farewell. Yes,
I thought
now.
it was 6 months. before.
No, they will do farewell and they will go to back to their husbands or their
So
villages.
you have to now.
One lady that you put to bed, I think 3 months prior or 2 months prior. One of those end of the year concerts. Oh my god, that place, like, it just makes you give up. Like, if you have any joyful news, don't even bring it there.
Really?
She went for one of those concerts and she came on Twitter. She posted a picture, talked about how amazing and how good it feels to be out after giving birth like 3 months prior.
So she left. She stepped out after 3 months. and everybody started.
I don't know. You would think she just gave birth last week. It's so crazy.
But you can't leave the child with somebody now.
Pump your milk and keep it. It's just. I feel like babies are easier to leave to someone to navigate in the early months.
Yes.
Because all they just want is water, food, and sleep. That's all they keep doing. Sleep, wake up, eat.
As long as you trust the person. And now that's the another problem I have with people outside, like our internet families. They have a way of telling you what to do, what is good for you. Because there's no way I don't know what to do. And there's no way I will jeopardize or I want to put my child in danger.
Do you understand?
So before I bring somebody to the house, I would have I must have set some things in place to make sure that I know my child is safe. Exactly. You can easily check cameras, you can easily call, you can have somebody in the house with a nanny that's like trust. Yes. Maybe not even anybody.
And seeing how hard it is for women to start readapting and readjusting and healing and all that after childbirth, trying to feel like themselves. Shouldn't you be happy that a woman stepped out after 3 months? It means she's close to healing her outside self and getting her confidence back and all that stuff.
See, once again, kudos to all the mothers out there. We are rocking it hard. You guys are doing so well. It's not easy. Do you know what it means to go through the whole pregnancy phase? Then you go into that labor room, that place that you have to choose between life and death. Then you come out, you don't even have an idea of what to do. First of all, the baby is going to suckle on your nipple, and it's going to, especially if my nipple cut your nipple, you to drag it. Yes.
I heard, and I was like, what?
In the midst of going through your belly pain, if you went through CS, you are going through pain because now you have to always go to the hospital to clean. You come out, they will have to jack and come out. Then after going all of that, going through, still loses her confidence. So me, when I was pregnant, I lost my sense. I did like, if you spray perfume on me, I can tell you and vomit. You get it. So it took me 1 year and 6 months to get my sense back. So imagine somebody I could not spray I got them before I had my son, and I still have them right now. And that's because I wasn't even using them for like 2 years because I could not even stand the smell. Then let's talk about your body. Your shape, your skin. You have to do a lot of work, and now you're having to take care of. Please, it's too much work. Allow them breathe, please.
I nominate men to be the ones to give birth in the next life.
Me too. They should have a taste of.
You know what? Let both genders be able to have
children. Anybody that is capable of doing it should go ahead to do it as long as we want to do it.
It's not funny, and honestly, like I applaud mothers so much. We don't even talk about miscarriages anymore. That one is another taboo subject that we've kept in place, and you have to experience it before people begin to open up and tell you that. I also think that those that have experienced it should also indulge us in kindness and share their experiences because it helps people to feel. That's the reason
why you have this podcast, darling. Honestly, that's why you're doing it. That's the problem. Me too. I don't want to be anymore.
I don't want to do no more.
I think I've served my time. Let me now be a soft girl. I want to be my feminine era.
I am intentionally putting myself in my soft era for a very long time because for a very long time always waiting for when
you should have to be conscious about.
I swear, you have to be conscious about yourself.
Some days, I'll just fire myself in night. I'll put in the fridge. It's so cool and it's so cute. I'll make sure when we are done with our homework, especially on Fridays, when we know we are not going to school on Saturdays. Yes, this is what I do. I'll go to my living when he's sleeping. I'll make sure I do everything early. I'll make sure he watches his stuff because I give him his stuff every Friday. So I'll make sure you watch the time.
And kids have so much energy.
That's when I'll now go into the bathroom. I'll have my bath, do my skincare, apply my lip gloss. Once I apply the lip gloss, because I get tired of going out. Sometimes I love going out. But the problem with me, I now realize that when I'm outside, I want to go out, I want to have fun, I want to dance. By the time I'm outside, you get after scrubbing your legs and your legs are so soft.
Let me give you a little tip that my mom gave me. What my mom does is she puts warm water, puts some bath salt, and then she puts some shower gel, and then she soaks her leg in it while drinking her drink of choice. Before you eat, you doze off. So I think when it comes to for me, how I navigate soft life is spending money on the things that make my life easy.
Yes. I
Buying the
said
things that make my life easy.
easy.
House chores are not my thing.
Mhm.
They are so exhausting. Especially because my work is a mental kind of work. By the time I'm
Yes,
done
you
with,
have-
I'm dreading.
You don't even have to leave the house before you get time. Sometimes, just by thinking about what to do, just about
How
thinking
to
about the
make
next
money.
strategy, how to make
Mm.
money, it's already a lot of
Bills,
mental stress. Yes.
bills. I can't be thinking
That's why
of bills
sometimes
and
you
be
see yourself
thinking of house
yawning.
chores. Oh.
You can think about the house chores, but I rather just I have somebody that comes over to clean my house, and it's not because it's like 4 minutes is fine. You get anything to make my life easy, anything to make me not overstress myself. Because, like I said, I want to be the soft girl. I'm in my soft girl era, and if I can work hard with my brain to make money, I'd rather just employ somebody to do the work.
Do you
now
understand? And I think if when you look at, honestly, money is a good thing, and anybody that convinces us that it's the root of all evil, you sabi, because honestly, when you start making money, then you start looking at certain things that you normally stress yourself to do.
Yes.
Just outsourcing that thing alone takes a whole lot of load off your shoulders. And honestly, that's why I like what they do at Killer. They have basically the entire company is about just making your life easy. They have the cleaning service one where they do home cleaning, they do commercial cleaning for your workspace.
Really?
They even do event cleaning. After your event, don't stress your life. Call people to come and clean for you. They do laundry services. If you're a client of their cleaning business, they pick up your laundry for free and they clean it and deliver it for free. You just pay for the laundry. They also have Killer Works, basically where I tell you, where they do content creation, they do administrative work for you, they do virtual assistance, a lot of things. Like, just there's some things that you should not be worried about. Honestly, just take the load off yourself and honestly, I don't even know how mothers do it though.
Not just even mothers, fathers. If you can do anything to make your life
See,
everybody is supposed to be. You should work hard to get what you want. You can't just sit down to dream of a particular lifestyle and I'm not working hard to get it. It's normal.
I don't know how, me personally, I don't know how women go into marriages or manage motherhood without a previous, how do I put it, financial back. Because honestly,
now
being in motherhood is insane. See, with your partner, God's grace is upon you. Single motherhood is a different kind of financial obligation. That was one of the reasons why I asked you how you cope with work and motherhood, because I know how expensive children are. And I don't even know it to the capacity of being a mother. For example, during Christmas, I took my nieces and my nephews to go have Christmas break. Took them to the festival, right? My dear. By the end of the night, I was their favorite auntie in the whole wide world. And when I looked at my account balance, I realized why I was their favorite auntie. The billing was not here, and it's just 3 kids. Now imagine being a single mother
and having to take care of the 3 of them by yourself. I know. Now, for me, I'll say I'm lucky he tries to do what
he can do for his kids.
So it gives me a little bit of, even if I don't work so hard, this person can still. Not like I don't work hard to do those things.
You don't work hard, care. Every single day you are booked and
because
busy.
You cannot even. I can't even call him and say that's not quite expecting because you and this person, you guys are not together anymore.
And there are some expenses that you just think.
Mothers that don't even have a partner that's helping them.
It's so difficult, and we have a lot of that in my community. It's one of the reasons why I started raising funds to help women in my community. We have people that want to go to law school but they can't afford it, and they finished the law, they finished schooling. We have people that have health issues, they can't afford it. We had a woman that had so many kids, she couldn't afford to take care of the kids. She had to ask us to help her get a job, even if it's as a cleaner, anything, she was ready to do it. We have a lot of men that are willing to work, but they don't have the jobs. There are those that they are so
business, but
there are those that even have health issues, they can't even work.
Oh my God.
And then they have kids, and then they have bills. It's just a whole lot. We've been asking other women to donate. In some area, you can donate to the health one, to the schooling one, anyone, just to help women all over the world. Like Nigerian women, and you look at these women, they are so amazing. They just need a pick me up. It's not easy being a mother. It's not even like they just need a pick me up. Do you get? So usually I do this by myself, but oh God, it's not sustainable. Now we're asking, so you can help. If you can help, please help us. Link is always in our bio. One of the things that some men always say is that, oh, why are you always Nigerian men? All that, why don't you? And I'm like, first of all, my audience is Nigerian women, not
Yes,
Africa.
yes, yes.
African women can relate, but my major audience is Nigerian women. The name of the community is Dear Naija Girl, not Dear African Girl, not Dear European Girl, right? This is my direct environment. This is the men I know. This is the people I've had experiences with.
Yes.
Exactly. I can only speak on what I know,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And like even recently, we've had a lot of foreign women that resonate with the content following us, right? These are women that have maybe at one time dated Nigerian men, had a counter with them, married them, divorced them, anything. And they also share their own experiences. You can see that the extent of the cultural and the societal impact of Nigerian men is not limited to Nigerian women alone.
True.
And that has always been my direct cause of conversation. When I talk about men a lot, I'm not saying that to castigate them. I'm saying that to point them to what they do and how it directly impacts and affects Nigerian women. Basically, I'm doing what they should have done for you people, showing you your areas of challenges and asking you to fix it up.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we are what we are. We are what we have. Nigerian men and Nigerian women. But you don't expect these women to have been going through years of systemic abuse and issues with you people and not say anything. This community is about calling out the bullshit and asking everybody to fix up. Man, woman, but directly I'm speaking to men on most days because you people used to do a lot of
Did you
rubbish.
hear that?
There was a woman, she's Irish. I think it was a post about grooming. So there was a post I put up about grooming in Nigeria. And
Things that resonate with you, when it's not for you, you just
because they know that either they themselves have been guilty or they know men that have been guilty. Tell me why you want to pay school fees for a 14-year-old girl and then raise her when she finishes secondary school, you marry her. Why, bro? Why is a 14-year-old child entering your eyes? If that is not grooming, I don't know what is. By the time they are done paying that school fees and molding that child into whatever it is that they want that child to become, they marry the child. But now the child is now 18 or above and now an adult. To them, they're not doing anything bad.
I say.
And then when these kids grow and they get into university and realize that what this person has been doing is actually grooming and start complaining.
Now they're going to
start crying.
conform you. They're going to build you to what they want.
They also try with me as well. Many of them. But it was this post that the lady came to share her own experience as well. There was one, she's a British woman, talked about how she dated and married a Nigerian man, brought him to the UK, they were happy. 7 years later, she's finding out that the man also had 2 other wives in Nigeria and brought one of the wives to the UK through her with her money.
She brought the other wife in Nigeria.
The British lady was dating this Nigerian guy and then married the guy and brought him to. Then, of course, she will help him to get his green card and all those things. Then she didn't know, she found out 7 years later that the guy had 2 other wives in Nigeria. His families were aware of that. He brought one of the wives to the UK. Brother is also in the UK. The guy has been stealing her money and building houses in Nigeria.
So sad.
Do you know how damaging that is? Because
sad.
you cannot tell a woman like this not to stereotype Nigerian men.
Yes.
Because that is her experience. You can't even say, oh, not all men, because his brother did the same thing. His family were aware. What do you mean you built 4 houses with my money? He also has a second phone, the one he uses to communicate with his other wives and his other family.
No.
So heartbroken. I read that story and I was in. She asked me to share the story with the community, which I did. Tell me why Nigerian men were now dragging me in the comments that I'm damaging their reputation.
How?
And
You
stuff.
did
And I'm
something wrong. You called the person.
oh my god, you people. And then in the comments you would see a lot. I would look for that person. I'll share with you. There were lots of white women sharing their encounters with me, and I was sad. I nearly cried.
But they should also come out to say the good things that they say. You know?
Oh no, there are people
I
that
don't
say
think
the good
it's
things.
okay to just come out and just tarnish them because there are some of them that are really good after that.
Again, it's not tarnish because these are these people's experiences,
okay.
right? So
But some people are doing it.
Some people are doing it like good story, but when you share a story, right? For example, now let's say I share a story about how amazing my husband is and all that stuff. I did a post about that as well. Share their experiences. You get when somebody shares a bad experience, You don't expect someone that also has a bad experience to share.
Yeah, but I'm not saying
it's just the bad.
But
There are white women that are married to Nigerian guys and they're happy.
Yes, those ones should also come out when it's like it's okay to. I'm not saying that they should not come out to share their experience. Okay, what I'm saying is that when they come out, when other women or other white people that have like a black man in their corner and they feel like they're enjoying it, they should also come out and say yes, it's possible such thing happening. You get?
Yeah.
But how? And with a black Nigerian man, he takes care of me. He's so nice. He's doing that because I feel we have more of Nigerian men are like that a lot more than they would.
That's always that now literally just connotes that the bad outweighs the good. That's the issue, right? We all want to. It's just like the way Nigerian men complain about Nigerian women as well. Some of them say, "Oh, Nigerian women are all about money and all that stuff." Nigerian women that are not all about money, but all we hear about is the ones that are not all about money.
Yes,
that's just it. Yes. It means that their bad experiences in that area outweighs the good.
Yes,
in
so
that area.
There's no way,
and that's just the honest truth, right? Trying to balance what is not balanced is just going to make it seem false and just make it worse.
True.
I tell people this. There was a time I posted on TikTok and I said, I know we hear a lot of bad stories about marriages, but there are good marriages that exist.
Yes.
There are good marriages. It is very rare. There are good marriages. Some marriages, most people are just being patient and hoping that their partners will become the kind of person that they expect them to be. Some already have great partners and they are thriving. Some have the bad partners and they are suffering. Life has never been balanced and has never been equal, and I don't think it never will be. However, I am always of the thought that if there's something bad, shine light on it, hoping that the light you shine on it and convince them to work on it. That's always the essence.
Do you believe there are marriages, like if you're married to somebody, when truly married, but you're married to somebody that
I don't think any relationship, even friendship, marriage, relationship, friendship, even family is ever going to be on the same trajectory. The thing about life is that I feel like life is just life to cause imbalances in our lives. I don't know if that makes sense, right? You go through so much as a person, yourself, and then you go through so much as a couple. Every time you experience something, whether good or bad, it impacts your relationships directly and changes the tone of that relationship.
Sure.
If it becomes bad, it means that it changed the relationship into a bad direction that you guys would want. Just like when you're driving, you're always going to hit people. If you don't stay on course, you will start swerving. I think that's how it is for relationship and marriages. The only thing there is that you need to consciously put in effort to make sure that
so
yes, to make sure that every experience don't make your
just
relationship
like
bad.
What we said about having kids.
Exactly.
Don't make the conscious effort
to put your partner first.
Yeah.
You begin to lose that partner in that relationship, in that marriage, in that how it is. It's the same thing about how men look at their partners when their partners have kids. You see her body change, and then you start feeling like, oh,
no, she's ugly now.
Or maybe the wife is pregnant and she's not allowed to have sex, and then you begin to say, oh, I need to get a side check to satisfy me so I don't disturb my wife. And somehow you convince yourself in your head that you're trying to do your wife a favor when you know it's absolute rubbish that you're doing. That's what they used to say. Oh, my darling, the stories I have. Oh, yeah. Kids will test every single patience you have in your body. Every iota of patience, kids are going to test it. It takes a lot of patience to have kids, to raise kids. A lot of
patience. I told you I was telling you off camera how he did something, and I was like, really? But I couldn't even do anything because I know he's a child. And later he came to me and said, Mommy, are you fine now? Then over myself. Despite the fact that yes, I've been able to tell myself, you need this thing. But this child needs
I remember when I was trying to reconnect with my mom and it was just not working, right? Because there's a lot of years on that, or a lot of water on that. 16 years is a very long time. And I was trying to reconnect with her. And I remember one of the things that she said was, when you have kids, you understand. And I think a lot of mothers use that phrase because how do they want to explain to you that
you understand?
You are in your right to feel how you feel.
Yes.
That's what honest.
Yes.
But until you're in their shoes, not in the same situation, just in their shoes, of being a mother.
It's not somebody that will tell you. It is life that will just flash. It's like
The older I
just
grow,
happened.
the more I realize that God is wise.
Yes, so wise.
God is wise. There's a reason why he did things the way he did things. And there's a reason why he set certain protocols to carry all those. And then
when a man that sits down, an old man that sits down,
a child that climbs a tree will not see
what a man that
sits down, an old man that sits down. And honestly, it's now that I'm understanding this proverb or parable, whatever it is. I feel like that parable is just trying to tell you that experience
is
the only teacher. No matter how much you try to see that one, I even apply this to my career, honestly. I feel like the time I will sit and be doing courses and certifications and all that, they are good.
Yes.
And there are some that you should
But you
do.
have to live in
But you have to live in that job.
Yes.
Experience it.
You need to be there. You need to do it physically. You need
because
to be
they know they tell person. And whatever they see is what you show them. Whatever they reflect is what you show them. Basically. Kids are a mirror. They will do something and you will just flash back to when you did that thing to your mother and then you'll be like, oh, heartbreak.
I have to say yes, I've forgiven you. But now God spoke to me and said, yes, she will forgive you. It's not like she's a woman.
Yeah.
But you must experience it so you will know what you went through.
Our parents used to say that your children will do it to you. We thought they were swearing for us. It's not swear.
It's not swear.
Girl,
noticed it.
It's just real life. It's just real life.
I really don't want to end this episode. It's been such an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for having us on this podcast. Thank you for sharing your experiences as well.
You're welcome.
We can't wait to do this again. We have to do it again. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube and share this as well. Don't forget to listen to us on all streaming platforms for the podcast episode. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. I'm Naija Girl and
I am Adetutu, commercial on Instagram. So check us out on Instagram, we're on Snapchat, and our link is on our Instagram bio.
Thank you guys so much, and watch out for the next episode. It promises to be interesting. Bye.